morning.
Morning, folks.
How we doing?
Wonderful Sunday.
We got big shit happening.
Big shit
we're not the
happening.
biggest Birds fans, but we're from Philly.
Last time they won the Super Bowl, do you remember?
2017.
There you go. Kids got it.
Yeah, I know a little bit more than like most. I could bullshit my way through stuff in the real world, but big Philly things happening here. What are we terrible at communicating? But whatever. All right, so we got a big stuff today happening. A lot of current events in the world. Let's just go our classic, icebreaker, dude.
Icebreaker. I mean, at first, you notice we made some changes in the studio here last minute. We got the new OG flag up. Got a lamp back there. Things are looking good, dude.
We got big changes coming to it. We're gonna readjust the whole studio. We're gonna flip the whole place around. We just got to get the Ethernet put in. But what's new in your life, dude?
Dude, it's never ending. Just tons of stuff to do. The house, getting a house. Lots of chores, not chores, projects, lots of projects. So we got to finish the kitchen cabinets today. I did all the uppers myself. How do you think it turned out?
I think they did well. I mean, they look good.
Yeah, they look good. I think it's all that matters.
I mean, it's pretty crazy that you're able to do it. Like I would have.
I fucked one of the bottom ones up. We'll see if we can
We'll see if we'll fix it. He cut it a little bit too much.
Cut a little too wide. Need a better tape measure. But yeah, dude, it's going good. Nice. Gee, I like the banner.
Yeah, let's go. We got some big stuff. We're gonna be interviewing one of the biggest Eagles fans I know.
Yeah.
Funny story about him. We'll talk about it. I'd love to hear his story. But at his wedding, he broke down, cried, and he just started to chant. He sung the "Fly Eagles Fly" song at the wedding.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. That's right. I forgot. So he's one of the biggest fans I know. The tech guy over here, he's probably the third biggest fan I know. He used to be a Giants fan, but then he realized that they sucked, and he's a Michael Strahan fan. If you guys know who Michael Strahan is, he's the guy who is on like not Good Morning America. What's the fucking show with that one chick?
Oh, I forget.
I don't know, but Michael Strahan's got the gap in his teeth. Everybody knows Michael Strahan. Forget like Kendall last week, or somebody asked me last week what was wrong with him. I was like, that's his vibe. That's his look.
He rocks it though.
He does rock it.
What was your icebreaker, dude?
I got a good icebreaker. So like yesterday, we'll play off of the coffee thing from last week, but I'll do it a little bit, better. Refine it. Has nothing to do with drinking coffee. But me and Trill every Saturday after the gym, we leave the gym, we do open gym, and then we go get coffee together. Typically, I drive. She drives in the passenger seat, and we just shit talk you. But aside from that, we don't shit talk. You're kidding. But we just drive to the coffee shop. It's down the street. We go get coffee. We offer to get other people coffee, but we get there. And we basically alternate. I pay 1 week, she pays the other week, back and forth. So it was my turn to pay this week. So I paid. Go onto the screen, she flips it, and it's got the tip thing up there.
Which is pet peeve.
Which is a pet peeve, which is why I wanted to bring this up. Coffee, I have no problem tipping. I'm from the service industry. I consider the gym a service industry still. I don't expect tips in the gym. I'm not saying that. But a restaurant is a tip. Coffee shops are tip. But Trill gets pastries and stuff, and the chick hands it to us. I get a simple coffee and water, and she gets a latte. Cool. I will tip on the latte and the coffee, but I'm not tipping $5 for you to hand me a bag of pastries. So the tip comes up, and it's like 20%, and it ends up being like $5.33 for the tip. So I go custom, type in $1, give them the $1. Do I feel like shit? No. What are your thoughts on it? Would you have tipped?
I don't usually tip, but we were talking about this. Yeah, Luke and I want to kind of fix the coffee industry, at least the coffee shop in our eyes. We want to make it more like a bar feel. And like with the bar feel, you tip the bartender right. But what do you tip bartender on? I
tip them off for their presence and attitude, their charisma, their like enthusiasm, if they're having conversation with me, if they're doing if a bartender's sitting behind the bar and not looking at us or talking to us. Like I don't go to a bar often, but the last moment was in San Jose. She was weird. Like every time she came up to us, she awkwardly got nervous.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think if you're a person that orders a really complicated drink that takes time, and they perfect the craft, they make it in front of you.
So what do you immediately do? You go into the coffee shop. Back to that, do you tip? Do you press the 18, 20, or 22%, or do you custom?
So I have to base it off the conversation because I don't really get to see the drink making experience like that. We were talking about it last night. That happens after, which Trill's got a great point. I don't even get to tip on the quality of the service. It's you just interact with this person and then it just says tip on the
I think it's just a different type of service. It's a different type of industry. Like a restaurant, a really good restaurant, Like when I worked at Palomas, I mean, my boy that we're about to interview, he can like contest. I think I deserved fucking 33% across the board.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like there's still work involved in making a drink.
Oh, agree.
Like for an espresso.
Yeah, I
I get
agree.
it. The drip coffee.
Which is, yeah, but not even that. Like I had no problem tipping off of the drinks. So the 2 coffees were $8. I left $1 because we go every week also. And like you said, they weren't even that friendly yesterday. Handlebar, I have no problem tipping 20%.
So yeah, so like if they make small talk or like ask me how my day, and we get a little bit more deeper than surface level.
Yeah.
Then I'll usually do the custom tip $1.
Yeah.
I go to.
Yeah.
I don't usually go over that.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Handlebar, I typically will just press the 20%. I like the owner. I want to see them be successful.
Awesome.
The $2 or $3 that I'm going to be tipping isn't going to make or break me.
Yeah.
So it's like I would much rather tip them and be okay with that. But I'd love, you know.
It'd be dope if you ordered your drink, like sat at the coffee bar, they made it, they give it to you, and then you pay. And then you can, tip off of that.
Yeah. I mean, we have some big ideas that we're going to be rocking. We're going to one day. But speaking of rocking, his name rhymes with rocking. Rocco. We're about to fucking rip some birds shit, and I got a lot of other stuff.
Things. So we're gonna do this in 2 parts here. This interview.
I think
let's get him on the show.
Part 1, I think we're gonna go. Let's get him on. We'll introduce, and then Rock. We're gonna talk to you about.
Sorry, 3 parts. We're gonna talk about who Rocco is.
Yeah, part 1.
Some extraterrestrials.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about politics, current, and then we're gonna go.
Oh, damn.
So, Rock.
Damn.
This
How
is the first time he's on, I think.
What up?
Welcome,
boy?
brother.
Go Birds.
Go fucking Birds. Go fucking
Rock
Birds.
is probably one of the biggest Eagles. Rock, tell us how long you've been a Birds fan.
Surprisingly, actually, I started out as a Baltimore Ravens, Dallas Cowboys fan up until I was 7 years old.
Fucking
I didn't
plot
know.
twist.
Yeah, so that guy who spoke at my wedding, he turned me into an Eagles fan because I didn't understand, this team plays in Philadelphia. You need to be a fan of that team type deal. And back in that day, those 2 teams were the team to watch. And then, so 24 years I've been a fan.
Of the Birds or football.
Well, who is Rocco? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Born and raised Philly? Like, let's get into it.
So I can't say Philly. Outside of Philadelphia. If anything, my father was in a suburb, Upper Darby. Upper Darby.
All right, but
my mom was
still
Lancaster.
Philadelphia side of Pennsylvania. You know how Pennsylvania is broken up into 2 sides, right?
Yeah. But essentially, long story short, I'm the husband of Sarah.
Who's Sarah?
Luke's oldest sister.
Okay, so I know Rocco through marriage to my sister. So Rocco, how long? I can't remember. 5 years, 6 years you've been in the family?
It was before. Well, we started exclusively dating
19, 20.
2016 before the Eagles won that first Super Bowl.
6 years, dude. Yeah, 6 years now, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
6 years.
Man.
Wow, fucking long ass time. So you guys have been dating. You're married now officially for almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Okay. You're how old? 28?
29.
29. My boy's getting old. That's general. You guys are getting old.
So born and raised Upper Darby. You stay there your whole life. Where'd you go to college?
No, so my pops was from Upper Darby. I was born and raised essentially like Limerick, and then we moved over kind of outside Phoenixville. And then I didn't settle in Phoenixville until I was like 24. Yeah.
Phoenixville's home now, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
well, you live there.
Yeah, for now. But right now I'm in my home. But I don't know if it'll be like.
Rock's got some bad blood with the borough. He used to work for the borough, so he fucking Phoenixville's on his fucking. He's not
dude. It's like the big draw to this is like to go downtown and stuff. I don't even think the downtown's like that amazing. There's a couple good shops and dinner places to hit, but I mean, for the prices to buy a home here, man, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The school district has to get way better.
You want more like rural, or you want more like city?
More, dude, and not even like that far away. I would go to East Pikeland or West Vincent, just a little more land, man. Like, it's just, I feel as if like traffic, I go for a walk with Mills and it's like, holy shit, cars are passing all over the place. But I don't hate it. I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on the up and up.
But you've been there your whole life, never out of state, never left PA.
No, we've traveled, but I've
Yeah.
never lived out of state though.
All
No.
right. Nothing wrong with that. We're just getting the background, dude.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
where that Philly blood runs, dude. It runs thick.
I know, man. Are there
So you-
Eagles fans around you on the low key?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna-
go watch the Super Bowl live. We're gonna see who's a bandwagon
Yeah.
or not.
Oh shit, you guys are going out for it.
Yeah, we'll see. I was trying to. Matt was worried. So this morning I was like, "You gotta." He's like, "Everything's gonna be mobbed." I was like, "It is the Super Bowl. You gotta remember the way this is gonna work. This isn't Philly. Secondly, it's either people rooting against the Eagles or rooting for the Chiefs because they hate the Eagles or they like the Eagles. There's gonna be one way or the other, and it's not gonna be that mobbed."
And surprisingly, you're gonna find a lot of people who just kind of are just out.
Yeah,
You know, they're not.
I
even
think it's gonna be a
football
normal
fans.
night. Like most people are just gonna be watching it at home.
For sure. For sure.
I wanted to ask him something else. Did you play football?
I did play football. I started in intermediate school, 5th grade, and I played up through senior year of high school, and that was my football career. And I'll play some backyard shit here and there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
nothing's.
Pull up
Nothing
some
too far.
Rocco Iannetta stats. Springfield High School,
Holy
PA. Pull up the
shit.
fucking tackle, dude. He was.
What else did you play? Just football? You play other stuff?
I ran winter track to prepare myself for spring track, and that's it, dude. And I just kind of played football, ran track, and would kind of mess around in the weight room.
Do you
In
see
the
yourself as a
summertime.
sports guy, or do you just like the Eagles?
He loves sports.
What do you mean? What do you mean by a sports guy?
Like you're into anything and everything that is sport related.
Honestly, I would say, all right. So last night the Sixers were playing, and it was 98-99, and there was 0.9 seconds left, and I was like, I don't really like basketball, but you gotta watch this right now because this is just like
Yeah.
the climax of the game. It could be fucking gymnastics and someone's about to do the rings and they need a perfect 10. Like, I'm going to watch. So, yeah, I'd probably say I'm a sports guy. But at the helm is football. Like, football trumps all. And
All right.
For me.
Yeah, I would say you're a sports. I would say if I said to him like, let's play this or let's watch this, or like let's go watch the finals of the Wimbledon or French Open,
For sure.
go.
Yeah.
Or like any sporting event, I feel like you would go to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to appreciate, I appreciate competition and sport. I just may not gravitate towards a specific.
Yeah. Okay. Do you? You played football. What about coaching?
I coach some little guys around here. Past 2 years, it was 5th grade and 6th grade. I had an offer to do middle school for Phoenixville. It just was too much of a time commitment. Messed around with some of my buddies like ventures. They do like 7-on-7 stuff. But nothing too serious. Nothing
Okay.
too serious. Yeah,
All
just kind of be around the game and stuff.
Okay, we're just trying to build some like rapport for you. So then when we do talk,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
dig in. We're gonna go about 30 minutes of just Eagle shit. But I want to divert.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to divert. This isn't the squirrel. This
Yeah.
is like planned. Me and you have had these conversations deep, dude, and this is gonna get you fucking going. Do you keep up with the news today? You read the paper yet?
Dude, it's fucking insane.
You just read the
man.
latest, though. Have you read the latest?
The latest, like the over Alaska latest?
No,
That
the
was
latest.
yesterday.
This morning, China had stuff flying over their ocean off the coast, and they are now scrambling fighter jets to go check it out and shoot it down. They are claiming UFO. Guys, pull it up. China UFO sighting.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are they seriously claiming it
They
like a
are-
UAP?
Yeah, no, they're saying they're seeing. To explain, Rock, what's a UFO mean?
Well, they now say it's UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomena. And
Yeah,
it basically could be human made, or it could be just like, yo, we can't explain this. And they're not going to outright say it's like from.
no, they're not
alien
going to. But the
civilization.
difference, China will. China will outright.
For sure.
But I'm confused. I'm curious. I'm curious if it's just China now trying to like
Fuck.
say something. But this literally this morning. So that's the. There was something this morning. It was like
Oh, from the
40
Atlantic?
minutes ago. 40 minutes ago.
Dude, that's some fucking crazy shit.
Guys, it's really blurry. But
Summarize it.
yeah, so there was this morning. If we could pull up the Northern Provisions Instagram account, it wants us to sign in though.
I'll sign in. You chat the rock.
So going through it, Matt's gonna pull it up. So there's this Instagram page that my that Chris showed me, and he said, or it was all the stuff that got built up during Ukraine and this other stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy posts all these like things. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he gets his sources, but when I Google it, it all pops up and it's real. But the Chinese apparently saw this UFO. So what? There was the one over the U.S., the weather balloon, right?
Yeah.
Then there was yet on Friday something over Alaska, right?
Yep.
And then yesterday, 1 or 2 things over Canada, right?
And now it's this.
And now 1 over China. We're pulling it up right now. We're going to share the screen. You haven't seen this. That one. All right, here we go. Ready for this? You see it?
So it's like kind of buffering, right? All right.
Yeah, so now here's what they wrote. They said, breaking, the Global Times, a Chinese state media outlet, is reporting that local maritime authorities in East China's Shandong province have announced they have spotted an unidentified flying object over the waters near the port city of Rizhou. Chinese military is reportedly going to attempt to down the object. Since then, nothing else has been posted. That was an hour ago. Go for it.
So let me just play devil's advocate. Maybe are they just kind of make this as a ploy, be like,
That's
oh, something's flying over
that's what we said this
our
morning.
area, and we're gonna shoot it down. So like, what you guys shot our shit down, like we weren't responsible for. I don't know.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, dude, I don't like this posturing between these major nuclear powers. It's kind of scary.
Oh, but what do you think about you? You're a big fucking believer in aliens.
100%. 100%. That's crazy to say, but I don't think it is crazy to say, because when we have declassified documents that say there are numerous instances where we cannot explain where these UAPs, like what they are, we can't decipher if they're drones or like military aircraft.
Like, so there's this thing flying around, right? The one over Alaska.
Yeah.
And we shot it down, right? Like, why can't we just like do a flyby, get some pictures first before we shoot it down? Do you think they did?
I'm sure, dude. We 100% did our surveillance and like our P's and Q's before we did such. But it was 40,000 feet in airspace. Like we got to shoot that shit down. Like,
well, the other shit they said some of the F-22 fighter pilots, as they were going by, they said their sensors were getting thrown off by it. So it was like, I don't know what that would be, but it would be like the stealth bombers, like technology within it, or extraterrestrial fucking souped up shit. But yeah, that was what the pilot said. They said their sensors were fucked up.
It just sucks that like we get everything siphoned in from the media, and like we're not seeing these reports that the military write up, and like we're peons, man.
We're seeing what's quote unquote safe for the public eye to see.
That and whatever the media can even get their hands on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The feds probably got a shit ton of shit under wraps, bunch of different departments, but
did you dig through all that Pentagon released files that happened last year?
Yeah, and that's where it's just like a kind of reference, like we had a sample size of like a couple thousand instances where there were reports from military officials like, oh shit, we don't know what this UAP is. And then when we would dig into them, they'd put them into certain categories, like this could be like bird, balloon, etc. This we can't explain. This is like military aircraft. And I'm like, well, what's that middle category? Like, why can't we explain it? Like, what is it then? What is that? That's crazy.
I'm just curious what's gonna like, what would happen? Like, I'm full believer that this is like it's aliens. I don't know about this instance and what's happening. I think it's like something with Russia and China and some crazy ass shit to start a war. But there's also like the deep down in my mind, because I'm a strong believer of like the Egyptians definitely weren't the people that built Egypt, or like the temples or any of those things. So I'm really like, what would happen if all of a sudden, like, what was that movie, The City of Los Angeles or whatever? What was that fucking movie?
Yeah, with Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, it was like kind of like super fucking fake, but it was like, dude, that's the real. It's like all of a sudden these giant crafts are gonna like have like the Marvel like effect where like the mirrors turn, and then all of a sudden you see all these giant ships and fucking aliens come down from the sky, and then it's like, what's our game of plan? Like our action plan. Like,
dude, man, like I would say if per Hollywood, like if it's a prediction from Hollywood, I'd say that movie Arrival, where like all these ships come through like each continent and we're trying to communicate and they're just trying to tell us something. But if they're here to like fuck us up, we're done. Like,
they 100%, because like they're fucking quote like way more advanced than us. But
Yeah.
if we're just fucking shooting at them, are they just gonna get pissed at us? And then at some point they're like, dude.
Yeah, you'd have to wonder though, why would something just want to come here and just fucking obliterate us? For what reason? There has to be a reason.
There'd have to be a reason, but that we pissed people off.
Usually it'd be resources, though, I would think.
Yeah. Or like we're just a video game to them, like we're a zoo. You know, like, oh,
Yeah.
look at these elephants and giraffes on this little marble we call Earth. Let's just play around. But I mean, there's so many theories that you can fuck around with. I think they're just kind of, dude, I don't know.
What do you believe?
What do I believe? I think
like I want to hear what you believe in. Do you believe in the aliens? Do you think all the shit that I just said? Like you read all day, dude. You've watched hours of documents.
Yeah, man. I mean, I personally think if they can get here, that means they've found some sort of interstellar highway where they can go to and fro. And they're just kind of just watching, making sure we don't fucking kill each other. Like World War II, there was like post World War II and during World War II, there were like an exorbitant amount of sightings. But that could be military aircraft, but also they weren't proven if they were military aircraft. Like I got a couple books on that, which you're like, holy shit, the world's going to war. Are they coming just to like watch this shit, make sure we don't all kill each other, something like that. So
that's the other interesting thing too, is like, why is it just flying shit? Like,
well, have you ever seen the ones that go into like
here and are just like rolling around on the ground or like in the oceans?
Well, have you seen a couple videos like released by the Navy of like ones going into the ocean and like they don't lose speed?
Yeah, like top, not like gas, pull those up too. Like exactly what you're talking about. It's like really hard to see because they're moving so fast and all of a sudden it just fucking goes into the ocean and the pirates are like freaking out.
Yeah, dude, we're not able to explore the lower depths and even mid depths of the ocean. Like the Pacific, man, like what is down there? Like holy crap. I mean, even in Antarctica right now, we have multiple nations in Antarctica just roaming around. Like what are they finding? Are they just going through?
There's a whole nother shit about Antarctica that like, and these are all like things that just pop up on TikTok, but it's like that Antarctica, like on the other side of it is a whole nother world, right? And it's just
could have been like a polar shift back.
Yeah, right. But they literally say like Antarctica, there's a giant fucking wall, and we're hidden.
Oh, you're talking about the flat earthers?
No. It's not a flat earther. It's like, I mean, I get they still are saying that the world is round, but they're saying on the other side, there's a whole nother world beyond Antarctica that we don't know about. Like, right? It's the scary depth that we just can never go to.
Yeah,
it's like fucking.
From the like limited sources that I've read is just like it could have been an ancient civilization way back, like not 10,000 years ago, like way back. That could be a theory of why they're all there. I don't think they're just looking at ice cores.
But
that shit up.
Go back to the part where you said in like World War II that basically extraterrestrials are coming here to essentially protect us. I mean, I 100% agree with that. Like we're fucking shooting missiles that will destroy the entire Earth.
Yeah, man. Like at certain battle sites, there's been soldiers, officers, everyone through ranks saying like they see just certain aircraft hovering above a battle site and it's just not doing anything. And
but like what, like above like an active battle site? Like what's that mean?
Not like like Battle of the Bulge was drawn out, and not every day was a battle, but it was drawn out like more than 6 months long.
And they say there's literally just like fucking fighter jets just floating.
Not even a fighter jet. It could be a couple of things that I've read were like that Tic Tac shape, like a cylinder shape, and it was just kind of floating. It didn't do anything. It didn't shoot. Was just chilling.
But like that crazy thing is like we can't even replicate that like in our own technology. Like drones are super loud. Like the only thing that can hover in our like fighter jets, they can't hover, right?
I'm sure they can hover, you know,
but like not great. Like it's like super noticeable. Like you would know it's a fucking fighter jet.
Yeah, you can decipher the shape. You're like, oh, that's a plane.
But like most
even a stealth bomber, like you can notice like a stealth bomber.
Yeah, like a helicopter is like the only thing that can hover. Like stealth bombers are fucking loud and huge. UAVs are fucking planes that just hide in the sky.
I mean, I think if you have someone questioning this shit, you just like look at the release videos that the Navy has declassified, and you see these things, these UAPs, like a laser pointer on a wall. They're just moving. You know what I mean? Like no man-made craft, even a drone can't do that. Like, then so what is it? So I'm gonna assume it's not human-made. So what could it be? Yeah. It's just crazy world. I mean, maybe 100 years, 200 years from now, it's gonna be all blown out, and we have all the information. But right now,
I don't think it's gonna be 200 years. I think it's shit's happening now. Why don't you think it's happening now?
Because I think it's just a slow process, man. Like,
well, slow in the sense of like it's literally over a span of a weekend, 5 different objects. We'll remove the balloon, so 4 objects.
But it's hard to tell, like Rocco was saying, like, is that just because it's political pandering?
Yeah, man.
Potentially, yeah.
These are all headlines in the Times, the
know how
Inquirer.
the media is.
It's interesting, though, because the media wouldn't want us to know about this. Like the balloon, they tried to hide that shit. They knew about it for weeks, apparently. Like, not weeks, but they knew about it. They saw it up there. Like, Matt brought this really good point up. Like, we have fucking satellites in the space that can take like pictures, like during like the Osama bin Laden shit. Like they were taking pictures of his house with him at it.
Yeah, that's a Tic Tac. That's the Tic Tac one.
This is one of the
David Fravor.
Can we pull that up so it's like large? How do we do that?
And David Fravor had nothing to get out of this. He just was like, "Yo, we locked into some sort of aircraft, and we don't know what the fuck it was." And he got basically, that they locked into it, and that thing was just like was above water, like 15 feet above water, and just zoom, and just going fast. And their reactions were like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck is this thing?"
Yeah.
So if someone in the air who's like an officer is saying that, like, then what am I to say? Like, oh, it's just a plane.
I'd love to get like if we could get George on here, or like what's the cousin's name? Matt Orner.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Like he's the fighter pilot.
He's like the pictures, like you look at them and you're like, yeah, I guess that could be anything. A drone, a fucking piece of dust. Like you need the stories behind them.
True.
Or just like, I'd love to like talk to somebody who's like an actual experienced like pilot, like George, who can like explain to us like or 2 things. Like first of all, it's breaking the laws of physics. It's like the simple fact is like it was going at Mach speed, and then all of a sudden it changed direction. Where like the laws of physics are like it does not apply for those things for some. It just is different.
Mm-hmm. And there's actual evidence of that. So it's just like you tell me something that makes sense that actually seems logical. There isn't really much other than like an alien, which is always weird to say. Like it's just what, but yeah, man.
How'd you get involved in like thinking or like reading and thinking about these type of things? Like it doesn't just happen. Like what
I read that astrophysics book by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and that's when that was back in 2016, 2017, and it basically was like, whoa, the depth of the universe is seriously, my mind still can't wrap itself around it. Like from one end of the
explain the book a little bit. Like what's this book about?
Well, he starts off the first chapter is just talking about the Milky Way galaxy and just how expansive it is. Like from one end of the Milky Way to the other end of the Milky Way, if you go the speed of light, it takes 100,000 years. The fuck? Like 100,000 years, the speed of light. For reference, the speed of light can go around planet Earth 7 times in 1 second. So
we're not there
that's
yet.
where I'm like, holy shit, that's my balls blown off. I like it. That's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's one galaxy, and there are billions of galaxies. Like we're not the only thing. There could be bacteria. There can be ocean water. There can be fauna and trees and shrubs on all these other planets. It's just too big. We can't explore it all.
Dinosaurs elsewhere still
100%.
Like that's why I think the superhero fucking world is so crazy, because it's like not that I don't think there's like Asgardians somewhere, but there's potentially fucking could be like superhumans somewhere where they're like our type of weapons, like a bullet is just like a joke to them, where it's like hits them in there. It's like fucking superheroes. It just bounces off their body, and it's like, no, we've already done this, and we've like evolution has hit us already. Like nuclear shit doesn't bother us.
Yeah, that astrophysics book, it basically explains it to just normal everyday people. You don't need a background, and you can like he dumbs it down to where you can understand it. And each chapter goes through like black holes and just certain like theories, like theory of relativity, and like whole bunch of like smart people stuff. But he really dumbs it down, so it makes it interesting.
So you read this book a couple of years back, and that
Yeah.
was like your twist into like all of a sudden, like, and I mean, for like perspective, Rocco, you give him one piece of info and he's just gonna go into it and not it. Like, I don't even know if I would say no, he will just read every piece of info possible. Like, he would sit down and talk to like Vince about estimating and probably try to learn it if he could. Like,
Yeah, definitely
out of
devoured a lot
curiosity.
of like space stuff, and then like that kind of hopped into like getting into pop culture because it just entertained me, and so just kind of watching Hollywood and just seeing that sensationalist pieces and just having fun with it
What
type
are you
deal.
into now? Is it still the space stuff?
Into right now, honestly, I'm into just nonfiction memoirs, just kind of reading about different people that I want to read about. You know, I just finished up one about not to like totally switch subjects, but Cameron Haynes, and now I'm into one about Charles Manson and the CIA and like the '60s and stuff. So,
Will this inspire you to write your own memoir?
nah, dude, I always struggled to like actually put a pen to paper and like write eloquently. Like I can in my mind, I even struggle kind of like regurgitating whatever's in my mind. So I would need like someone who actually can write if my story's interesting enough and there could be 5,000 copies that are bought, then yeah, sure, let's get it
Chat
published.
AI.
But
We could write
no,
one.
not really.
Open AI.
Yeah. There's an AI that can write it for you. You just got to give it ideas.
I saw that like how they can write emails now essentially. And, like,
More than emails, like you could do whatever, like write fucking
You
letters.
could
Like,
write a questionnaire script for this podcast.
damn,
Yeah.
that's insane.
I use it for work.
Really?
It writes emails to some of the people for me.
And you trust it to write those emails?
I mean, I type what I want it to say, and then it like summarizes it, makes sure the grammar is good, makes it sound better. It will pull shit off the internet. Like if I could say, like, if I use the word Autodesk, it pulls up fucking shit about Autodesk and like
Dude.
uses it in whatever context I want. So if I want to like
Yeah.
counter argue it, it will be like, hey,
Yeah.
don't use this because of X, Y, and Z. And it would be like, hey, let's sit down and have a conversation. It's crazy. So,
I kind of think about it like this. You could really be general and let it be creative, and then you can just increase the guardrails. So like, for example,
Yeah.
I could literally write a whole email and then be like, hey, just proofread this. And it will proofread it. Or I can be like, hey, I sound kind of boring here. Make this sound more energetic. And it will like add like flary words and make it way more poppy. It's like crazy. Or you can just literally say, I don't even know what to write. So like write me a newsletter, and it will just literally write a newsletter about CrossFit gyms or something.
Good Lord,
Whatever
dude.
stuff you're doing.
2023, man. 2023.
the crazy fucking world.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
30 minutes in, dude. Let's move into the
Yeah,
Eagles
you ready to go into it? This is the shit. I know you were excited about this. Where's Jimmy at, first of all? We haven't
Yeah.
seen Jaime all day.
I don't know where he's at, man. I don't know.
Probably on a boat somewhere.
All right, well, let's go into this. Like, this is what
So
the people
big
are here
day,
for.
big day today. Everyone knows it's
First-
Super Bowl Sunday.
First of all, do they deserve
2023.
this? Yeah, 2023
man.
Super Bowl. Do they deserve it?
Dude, yeah, man, absolutely. Like, we were in the basement. You were playing Fort. It was 2020, April of 2020, and second round of the NFL draft, and bam, Jalen Hurts out of Oklahoma, second round draft pick. And I look at you, I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit, man? We just like signed Carson Wentz for $128 million. Totally blew up the locker room because he's a sissy little bitch, Carson Wentz. He didn't have the character. He didn't have the.
You loved Wentz at one point.
Yeah, I did, but then his character really
Really thing.
showed, bro. Like there were sources from the locker room that were verified saying he didn't like the pick. He's selfish. He didn't want competition behind him. However, in the playoffs, ever since he was an Eagle from rookie till that point, he only played 12 snaps in the playoffs. He couldn't stay healthy. So this was a security blanket. And he couldn't take the heat. And when he got benched in week 12 of that season, like he put his house up for sale. He demanded a trade. I was like, you know, good riddance, man. How are you going to win a locker room? Who's going to hang out with you on a Thursday night? Period. No
Wait, he
one. So,
demanded to be traded?
yeah, he was, and I quote, my relationship with the Philadelphia organization is fractured beyond repair.
Wow.
So you're a bitch. And then you went to Indianapolis, you lasted 1 year, and they traded you. So like you couldn't win over the locker room there. And then you go to Washington, you get benched. So it was the right
Guys,
move.
football
But at
fanatic.
the
You trying to play
time,
like you weren't a sports fan. Holy shit.
Oh,
but
wait, go for it.
at the time, we were all like, why would we pick a second round quarterback who was just in the national championship multiple years? Like, that makes no sense. Like, this is going to create a divide. And good thing it did, because now we're here. Everyone rallied around, and dude, they had 70 sacks this season, which was second all time behind like the 80s Bears, which was like a legendary team. Their offense has the same points for as the Kansas City Chiefs. They got a man named Patrick Mahomes, $500 million man. So it's just like all across the board, even their coaching staff is like well respected, and they work hard. They don't get in
For the
trouble.
Eagles or for
For both
Yeah.
sides, but the Eagles, like, yeah, they deserve to be there. They're the best team in the league. Like,
who brought Hurts in? It was Dougie, right?
it was not Dougie. It was Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie is the owner of the team, and Howie Roseman is the general manager. They saw a lot of upside in this kid. His story, basically, he was playing for Alabama, which is like churns out NFL talent year by year. In the first round of the draft, there's going to be like 5 guys out of Alabama. So he was the Alabama quarterback, and he actually got benched in the college national championship. He got benched, still showed good attitude, supported his team, and the next year he stayed with Alabama. He didn't transfer out. And so like that just showed you enough character from this kid. And then he did transfer out eventually. He went to Oklahoma, and he
That's
got drafted
crazy.
by the
Like,
Eagles.
even think that's what people look at too. Like, he just
Dude, they one of my
Right.
coworkers, he was in the NFL for 3 years, and like I asked him like what kind of questions are they asking you at the combine and pre-draft? He was like, "Dude, they get references, neighbors, family, friends. They're hammering you. Like they're interrogating you to
Yeah.
really see your character, because they don't want to draft someone, pay them millions of dollars, and then they're just, going out.
So
and
they go to
making-
your family members and they're gonna ask, like, hey, what's this guy's charisma like? Like, is he friendly?
For
Does
sure.
he like because what are they? They're
Yeah.
trying to basically vet for like a leadership role, right?
Absolutely, and they don't want to sign a contract and waste a draft pick on someone who's not going to take it as serious as someone else.
I
Essentially.
mean, where's he from?
Jalen, I think he's from Texas.
Yeah, he's like a very like well put together kid. He's young. He's my age, right?
He's 24.
Yeah, he's younger than
24.
me. Yeah, he's really young.
Yeah.
I feel like all Mahomes is young too. He's 26, right?
Yeah, he's young also. They're both
Yeah.
young dudes. Yeah, he grew up in Texas, coached by his dad. He was in the weight room since he was like 13 years old. He was a state power lifter, and went to a SEC school, which
Yeah.
is a Southern football school. And
I remember
he
you
succeeded.
sent me like an Instagram clip. I don't think he was I think it was the year Nick Foles was still starting, and you sent me a clip of Hurts like power cleaning or something.
Yeah, he at Oklahoma prior to the season, he squatted to the bucket.
Yeah,
600
that's right. Yeah.
pounds.
How much was it?
I'm pretty sure it's 600.
That's what I thought.
Almost
Yeah, it was like
positive.
5 or 600 pounds in fucking quarterback,
Yeah.
which is why this dude is fucking scoring 3 touchdowns last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man. And like like I get it if you're maybe like a meat and potatoes running back or a tight end or even a defensive end doing that, but man, if you're a quarterback and you're squatting that much and you're deadlifting, he deadlifted 650 in Lane Johnson's gym barn, which is our right tackle.
Yeah.
He squats more than our center, Jason Kelsey. Like, what? When you're a quarterback?
Jason Kelsey is another beast too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's insane.
We know the
but yeah,
team-
just
the best team in the world. It's top notch. But let's get into what it takes to be a fan.
Yeah,
Right? Because it's a whole nother world. So when did you start? When do you think you'd say you were an actual Eagles fan? You were kind of getting into it earlier.
Die hard,
Not quite die hard yet, but you're getting your toes wet. How long ago are we talking?
Dude, I mean, like, think those 3 years in a row between like 02, 03, 04, we made the NFC Championship every single year. That's the game right before the Super Bowl to get in the Super Bowl. So it was like right at that time, I was definitely like, whoa, this is fun to see a winning football team. And Andy Reid was the coach. You know, they had some personalities on the team, like Brian Dawkins, our safety, Weapon X, Donovan McNabb.
So based on what Luke said, it sounds like you just got your toes wet. You saw the NFC Championship game, and then you just dug deep into the Eagles.
For sure. That's when you're watching these games and stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to play football now. And then you start playing football, and you're watching football, and it's just like the topic of conversation's football. And Pennsylvania is a big football state, you know, surprisingly. So,
I mean, being a Philly fan of a sports is different than anywhere else.
Yeah, point blank. You got to know your shit. Like if you're in a tailgate and you start spouting some stupid shit, like you better back it up. Like you better not just try and be an arrogant, oh, I know everything. Like there was this woman on the plane like last week. We were on vacation, not to digress, but this woman was like, oh, Andy Reid, he was the coach for 10 seasons. Like, no, bitch, 14. Get your shit right. Like it's just like little stuff like that. No, but I was thinking in my mind I was gonna create some beef on a plane, but like that stuff annoys me. Like
being how big of a fan do you think you are? Like from where you started?
Dude,
you think a super fan at this point?
I'm not a super fan. Like if
Brandon Graham, you're not a super fan. My boy,
he used it off like all the draft.
Not even that. He used to sit when if they would lose. What do you do when they lose?
I'm gonna probably eat a lot of food or just.
I'm not talking about today. In the past, like there has been when he lived at Vince's house.
Well, no,
but during the COVID era, my boy would cry.
What if they lost today? If they lost, what would happen?
If they lost today, I would be pretty upset because I mean, before the season, like I was like, dude, this is it, man. Like this is their team. Like they gotta get the job done, and they can get the job done. They just gotta do one thing.
So
on the fucking football.
We're gonna say you're a super fan.
Yeah, he's a super.
No, because I'm gonna argue that a super fan. If like one of these players were outside my house and showed up, I'm not gonna ogle over the guy. I'm like,
all right, well, here's the fucking test. Do you have superstitions with the game on a general regular season into the postseason?
Yeah, let's run it down.
Not really. Not real. Well, I'm definitely working out throughout the day. So yeah, like I'm jittery. I'm anxious. So
You're
yeah.
Anxious. All right. Sounds super fanish. You got any routines though you got to do before the game or during the game? Do you have to have like a certain kind of queso dip?
I mean, there's a couple of things I like to
run it down.
You know
tell the people.
Like, I'm smoking a doob. You know, I may crack open a Miller Lite.
Before the game.
Before, during, post.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this every game you do this?
For the most part, 98% of the games, I'm going to do that.
You don't wear Eagles gear usually on game day, do you?
Yeah, it's if I'm going to the game, I'll wear some gear. Right now, I have an Eagles t-shirt under this. Yeah, I'm just, hey man, it's another day. Like, let's go to work.
What's got to happen though? Is there anything that has to happen, or else you feel like you fucked over the Eagles that you don't do?
Not really. I don't have like a superstition like that. Like, holy shit, I got to do this or they're gonna lose. I don't really feel like that. Yeah.
Do you bet on any of the games?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You do. You have running bets with people?
No, with the state,
okay,
with like online betting. So like prior to the season, I put in these future bets saying the Eagles are going to win the NFC Championship, which they did, and they're going to win the NFC East, which they also
did. How much money you make?
In total, it was going to be like $7,500.
Damn.
But
yeah, if they win the Super Bowl. But here's the thing: Jalen Hurts banged his shoulder up against Chicago. And he like basically was his SC joint of his throwing shoulder. And you're like, holy shit. And if you see this guy play, he likes to, run between the tackles, run outside the tackles. He takes hits. He throws the deep ball. You're like, dude, if his SC joint is sprained, fuck, that's not good. So I cashed out on 2 out of 3 of those bets. So I took the money because I didn't want to lose it. But that doesn't mean like I'm not like not supporting them. Like it's
Yeah,
not all
yeah.
about the
You just
money. Like I
caught
want them to fucking
Sheesh.
win.
I'm just trying to dig in. Like, if they lost the Super Bowl today and you were upset, would you be upset about the money or about the team? Yeah, it sounds
No,
like
because I'm not going to lose money regardless if they lose or win. Like I already made my money. I just want them to fucking win because it'll be embarrassing. Like you're the favorite. Yeah, you've played like the favorite. You've blown teams out. Like you gotta win the football game. Just win the game. So we'll see,
all right. So
man.
let's say you're in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
You run into somebody, they're wearing an Eagles shirt, jersey, whatever,
Yeah.
some Eagles gear. What are you doing?
Yeah. I did 3 separate occasions. Just a nice little go Birds.
That's it. You get deep with anybody?
No, unless they want to get deep. I did with one freaking jackass came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, what do you think they're gonna do on Sunday?" I'm like, "Win the game." He's like, and he tried to like totally digress and say, "Well, you know, Jalen Hurts is no Aaron Rodgers." I'm like, "Well, Aaron Rodgers fucking sucked this season. So how about you just take your mojito and go drink it over there?"
Jalen's also 24. He's
So-
a green hat.
yeah.
He's brand new to this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
So it
and
sounds
he's
like
in
you're
the
more of a
Super Bowl,
defensive fan,
and
though.
Aaron Rodgers is back
It's a Philly
home.
thing.
Out of here.
Like you ain't gonna attack anybody. You're gonna sit down, but when they start probing, then you're gonna drop the knowledge bombs that you drop. Like,
For
oh,
sure,
yeah,
like-
he was 12th draft pick. We weren't even sure we are gonna get it, but Wentz was like, you'll go down the information road.
Yeah, definitely. I will. I'll hit them with that, and I'll see how they.
Do you ever stump people like that when you start dropping the knowledge bombs?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a Philly
But
thing. Like most Phillies fans go nuts.
But you'll also have people who can just talk with you, and that's the best. It's beautiful. It's like love is in the air when that's happening. You're just like going back and forth. You're like, this is great. I could do this for fucking 2 hours.
When was the last time? Or how long did it go?
The last time that happened,
Yeah.
where I met someone random and did that.
Yeah, give us the rundown.
Oof. Probably a vacation. I was talking to a Dallas Cowboys fan, and we spent like a half hour like talking X's and O's.
Who started it? You?
He did because this just guy at the pool, and we just started talking about certain players and how they underperformed or played above expectations this year, and just kind of like went into it type deal. So he was a Dallas fan. I'm an Eagles fan. So like they're rivals, they're big time rivals.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were just showing respect on both sides, and we were just talking ball. And yeah, and then the last thing, he was just like, we just did score predictions type deal, which that's always like a crock of shit. You never know. And like we kind of agreed like this game's going to be decided between a field goal, either side for sure. Either side. It's going to come up to the quarterback, the last drive, and are they going to be scoring or scoring that field goal?
I had a dream about the game last night with the score prediction. I don't know if I should say it. It was I woke up and
As a super fan, should he say?
Yeah,
it,
should I say?
Yeah, what's the score?
It was a dream. It was weird. It definitely wasn't real because they had like fucking 4 footballs on the field at once. I definitely remember that. And I remember like fucking the defense trying to like punch 2 balls out of their arms at once, but it was 54-7 in the third quarter.
Holy shit.
So it definitely was odd because there was multiple balls on the field at once. I don't know. In the dream, people were scoring like 2 or 3 times, but it was fucking a weird dream to say.
It may be a blowout. Who knows, dude? It may be a blowout. We really will not know until.
How do you handle bandwagoners? This clown.
This fucking idiot.
Rock,
Chill, dude. How we doing?
We're just
in it.
We're just doing a full-on interview, spitting
That's
Birds
it.
facts, dude. How big of a Birds fan is Rocco?
Dude, Rock's committed, dude. Rock saw the future. Let me talk
Hold
about
on, where's
this
Sid at on the Eagles?
Don't have her with the squirrel.
Well, hold on, is she a fan?
Yeah. She's actually, I want you guys to finish what you're doing with Rock. Then I'll tell.
Well, hold on, I want Rock to
her.
interview her, see if she's a bandwagoner or a true fan. Rock, go ahead.
And I want you to interview Jamie too.
Well,
I
I know
banner on the
Jamie's a big
bottom
fan.
says "Let's go Eagles." That's cool. That's new.
Jamie by far is not a bandwagon fan. He's
Look at
a
this
fan.
fucking
He's a
defense.
fan for sure. Absolutely.
We're chefing right now, though. So
What
I'm
about
in the
Sydney?
cut. Sydney's a bandwagon fan.
Was she a Tom Brady fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rocco, what's your thoughts on TB?
I respect him. I'm not a fan though.
You think he's a little bitch or nah?
I don't think he's a little bitch either. I just don't like the man, but I respect his game. He is the best of all time. But I mean, I'm not gonna be like, hey, go Tom. Like, no, that's
Does
corny.
Jalen have the potential to be the best of all time?
No.
Why is that?
The amount of hits he takes, I don't care if you're squatting 600 and doing all these compound exercises. Like, the NFL is the not for long league. Like,
Yeah, it's a different league now.
Yeah, like these dudes are bigger, faster, stronger every year. And if you're taking hits from middle linebackers, like you're gonna get hurt. You're young. He's got another good. I'm not gonna put like a ceiling on it, but I think he has another sign him the big money. But once he's like 32,
But you don't think he can't adapt and shift his play style to
8 years
more passive?
Nah, bro. Like Tom Brady has won what 6 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
7.
He played until he was 45. Like, you can't take hits like that in the league and play till you're 45. You just can't. It's never been done, and he's not going to be the man to do it. There will be no man to do it. And their play styles are just so extremely different.
Yeah, it's like comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah. But I think right now, I'll take Jalen over Tom Brady any day.
Jamie, what'd you need, dude? Let's talk. Get in
Hey,
here.
I was gonna say, when you were questioning Sydney's fandom, she has an impressive streak.
I'll read it. I wrote it down.
She wrote it down of travel. So she travel nursed,
Okay.
and for 4 or 5 years straight, wherever she's traveled to, has either gone on to win the championship or been in the championship. And she was just in Philly this year with me, and the Phillies went to the World Series, and now the Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
So Sydney's the superstitious type.
Okay.
Did
She's about to listen.
travel though because of pleasure this time when she went to Philly? Did you fuck us over, or was it work related?
No, it's work
It was
related.
always been work
All
related.
right. Thought we almost
She wrote it down.
So, February 4th, 2018, I had a patient. I had to work. I had a patient who couldn't speak, and his favorite team was the Eagles. So I decided that I was going to decorate the room. We played Eagles cheers and shit. Guess who won? The Eagles.
That was 2017.
2018, February
Okay.
4th. June 7, 2018.
She's written down.
I still live in Virginia.
Rocks remembering like all the games, the draft picks.
The Capitals won the Stanley Cup. Then 2019, I still live in Virginia. Next year, Nationals win the World Series.
Wow.
2020, January 2020, I moved to Tampa. I think it was like early April. Tom and Gronk moved to Tampa, and then
the Lightning, the Bucks.
In September, the Bolts won the Stanley Cup. In October, the Rays went to the World Series, but they didn't win, unfortunately. And then in 2021,
Wait, did you say the Bulls won the Stanley Cup?
Thunderbolts.
The Lightning Bolts.
Bolts. All right, I was like, the Bulls. I thought they played basketball.
Like, who are they? And then in 2021, the Bucks won the Super Bowl. 2021, the Bolts won another Stanley Cup. In May 2022, I moved to Philly. And then in October 22, the Phillies went to the World Series. And now, here we are, 23, Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
But they didn't win, so technically.
I know. So I have a little nerves about maybe it's I left and then I got them there and then I left.
And then you fucked them over. Yeah, you and Jamie just moved back, and then you did.
The biggest thing how you come at a bandwagon fan is just you're like, all right, who's their number one receiver? Like, you just pick a position. Like, that's not the quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's
Who's
something
the
be
number
like,
one
name 'em.
receiver? Who
So
catches
for the
ball?
Eagles, who would that be? That would be Jalen, Kelsey.
No. The number
would be-
one wide receiver is AJ
Who
Brown.
catches the ball?
Yeah.
But like, what if Phillies? Like, okay. I guess I worded that. You would like for me, it's usually like you just pick like the fucking names that are in the news.
Well, so when I say number one receiver, like on any team, there is an actual like number one receiver, which is the X. Like, that's the X. AJ Brown is the X on the team. The number 2 is the Z. That's Devontae Smith. And then your third is usually like your slot guy, your slot receiver going over the middle. That's Quez Watkins.
Okay,
So
so
it's just like-
2017 when they won, the names would have been.
Alshon Jeffrey was the X. The Z, you could argue that was a Nelson Aguilar, and then the slot was like Torrey Smith,
What about our tight end? What was his name?
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, he wasn't any of it.
He was the Y, so tight ends are Y.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
then you got a little fucking Greggy Ward was the dub because that man was.
do you have any superstitions, Jimmy?
No, just right now, no.
Who's the bigger fan, Jimmy? You or Rocco?
I would say Rock.
Yeah.
Rock's a bigger fan.
When Rocco, like when he used to work also or couldn't watch the game, he would record it and he wouldn't let anybody fucking talk to him. He wouldn't answer text messages. He would delete social media. And then it would be like,
I'll get fucking pissed, man,
Yeah.
because people are like, it's a spoiler. It's like when those assholes, when like the last Harry Potter book came out, and they were like, oh shit, this person died. And they're like, what the fuck? It's just like the same thing with the Eagle game. Don't fucking tell me what happens because I'm trying to spend 3 hours and escape. You know what I mean? I just want to watch the birds. Yeah, I get pissed.
yeah, that's hard though. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I would just like when I would like was really into tennis, I would just fucking Google it and be like, oh, well, I missed it, and here's what's happening. I would never go back and watch like a 5-hour match.
Where are you watching it today?
Right here in this basement, man.
Did you
Right
call
here in this
off, or you
basement.
just happened to get the day off?
No, miraculously, I was off this weekend. I took off last weekend for our vacation, and the weekend before was the NFC Championship. So that's how my weekends worked.
Would you have called off if you did have work?
Dude, I have limited vacation time, and even though I'm a huge fucking fan, like this limited vacation time, we have like 6 weddings before 2024. So I gotta bank it.
Fan, then.
Yeah.
You're not quite.
No, that's not true because I would not give a fuck. That game is on. If you need to go pee or need some water, fuck you. Like
You'd watch it at work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so would most of the people there probably.
100%. Like, and if you're causing problems, well, we're gonna nip that in the bud.
Yeah, we didn't even go into this. Rocco works in a federal prison. He fucking is.
I do not work in a federal prison.
He got tea thrown at him.
Oh God. No, but we'd have TV and we'd watch it. It'd be on TV. Yeah.
Well, since we got 2 big Birds fans, like if Jamie, if you had to define like some of the craziest shit that you've seen in the sports world happen in Philly Rock, I want you to jump into like fights, like when they grease the poles, all that shit. You go to the Phillies World Series parades, the Eagles parades, all that stuff. Like, run down it with us.
Not to butt in, Jamie, but dude, I think the biggest thing is like just go to a home game, regular season, playoffs, what have you. You go into one of these lots and you're tailgating and see someone with another jersey, you're going to just hear an echo of boos. You may see a beer can, empty, be thrown, a lot of fuck yous, and it's intense. No one's going to be like throwing hands, but like if that person wearing a Dallas jersey was flipping the bird and was like really running his mouth, someone would definitely pop him.
Yeah.
Easy.
What was the clip that I saw on the internet? The when they played San Francisco and somebody was walking into the stadium, he was wearing it, and they were like fighting about who has more money. And
100%.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, see if you can find that. I don't know who was on San Francisco that like might have been on the team in the past or is injured. Big name. He's a tall white dude.
Greg Kittle is a pretty good tight end. He's white.
Might have been him actually. That name sounds familiar. Yeah, see if you can find that clip of him like screaming that he has like more money than them, and they were like, "Fuck you," and they were like, "I have more money than you, little bitch," and they were just going back and forth.
Yeah, man, it's a whole environment. Like you can't even put your feet. You just got to go to a game and like really see, or you go to like a local bar and you see the intensity of people. Like you're probably not going to see that in California.
Game or he's watching at home.
He's watching it at home in the basement. It was Bosa was the guy I was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Nick
Bosa. He was.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up the clip right now.
When you're watching at home, is it just you?
Oh wait, no, I know what you're talking about. They're brothers, and he was in the box, and these Eagle fans are heckling him, and being like scream at him, be like, "Oh yeah, you fucking suck," and they'll just get in your head.
Yeah, but now there was something else outside in the parking lot.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Gaz is pulling it up right now. It was on like TikTok or something.
That's crazy.
This thing right here.
Dad's have all the other two, so you just have to watch it.
That's both all right.
Put the captions on, G.
Talk your shit, man. Just talk your shit. Yeah, dude. They don't give a fuck who you are, man.
They were like
talk
fighting
shit.
back and forth about like money and shit.
Oh, absolutely. And they'll come at your girlfriend, wife. They don't care. Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
All right, whiz wit or without?
Whiz wit.
Without, man. I want some Americano.
Yeah, this guy, like that's where Rocco's twisted. He's a Delco.
Fuck out, dude. All right, no. Time out. I will eat a cheesesteak with whiz, but if I get to choose, I'm putting American on that bitch.
Where are you going for your cheesesteak?
Jim's. For sure. Jim's. Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. though, it burnt down.
I know. There was one in the airport in Philadelphia International, but they weren't open yet.
How Philly are you? Do you use the word John in any sort of conversation, especially you, Rock, in the prison world?
I ain't gonna lie. Like I think I've used that since like
you're a fucking Philly.
It's like 8th
high
grade
school. Yeah, like
yeah, you're fucking
I think
Philly.
that was
You were
just
one of the
prevalent
people.
around where we're from. Like, yeah, you just say that for anything. Like, can you get that John over there?
I was trying to explain it to them at the gym. I was like, this word defines anything. I was like, So I was like, yo, everybody grab that John over there, and we're going to do a couple of these Johns and that John. And they were all like cracking up. The one girl was like, why are you saying yawn? And I was like,
absolutely, man.
It's literally, when did it make it into the dictionary?
It's been probably an Urban Dictionary for a minute, but I don't know, man. But if you're from around here, you're gonna hear that word.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Like not one soul here knows what it is.
Yeah. Now, have you guys researched this bar, pub, eatery prior to going? Like, where are you guys going?
Jamie, just tap in.
Yeah, Jimmy, what's
Bro,
your question?
I didn't want to cut off, dude. I have
You don't do this raise your hand bullshit. Just get in there.
All whoever's got the biggest voice wins.
Sydney, when she moved to Philly for the summer, she would come home and be like, yo, I learned about the water in my towel and like all of like the Philly.
I used to say I was going to the beach for the weekend, and they'd be like, what?
You're going to the shore.
Going down the shore.
Down the shore.
So that was funny.
That's hilarious. Now that you say that, I think I say that sometimes too. Instead of saying the beach, though, I call it the beach here. Back home, I never would say the beach. I would always say I'm going to the shore.
Philadelphia culture is it's beautiful because my parents were with some old friends. They live in Thailand, and they were like, "Yo, what's the biggest culture shock being here?" Like, they were like, the food is different, but they like it a lot, and their favorite food item here that they've had so far was a hoagie. And they're from Thailand, having like exceptional cuisine. So
I just picked up a 20 count hoagie tray. I'm having like 13 people over
From where?
tonight.
So here's my thing. A Super Bowl party hosting, that's cool. I've done it before. I've been a guest at one. Where I just get angry is it's during the game. It could be important, or it could be just a dumb second down that really doesn't mean much, even though every down means much. And people are just talking about stupid bullshit, and you're like trying to get your attention. You're like, dude, do you not see the game right now? And
why you're
especially
watching it
because
alone today?
I'm watching it with Sarah Mills.
She ain't gonna pay attention.
She'll play on TikTok or some shit.
Oh
TikTok.
my god! No, it's just like I get really annoyed when people aren't.
Is she allowed to talk to you?
If it's like, it depends. Yeah, it depends. Yeah. It can't be like a
if
fourth
it's not
and
the
one.
time for a talk, what do you do?
If it's not time for a talk, I will either blatantly ignore and just keep my eyes on the TV, or be like, "What are we doing here? Come on." I'll give her a nice little look.
You don't put the hand up though, like.
No, I won't do snapping her hands, but I think she knows well enough not to be spouting her mouth off.
Yeah.
Vice versa, I'm not doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, dude. When she's watching Grey's Anatomy, you're quiet.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that
Absolutely.
up. Yeah, like when she's
Absolutely.
watching like The Bachelorette or something.
She's into that
Love
whatever
Island.
Meghan Markle and whatever the other dude's name, Harry. That show. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whatever.
Well, I got a smorgasbord coming out tonight.
Yeah. So what are you doing for the game, Jaime? What's going on there?
We got probably 11 to 12 people coming over. We
Yeah,
got
you're a
hoagies.
party.
Yeah, you love this. Is why we beat you in the open, dude.
Yeah. What do you slam? Get a
Oh
K?
my God!
You're always there. You're probably drunk already.
I'm not.
He's not.
I did have a couple beers yesterday though.
And what are you drinking today? What's on tap? Bud?
We got all sorts of things, honestly. We went to a beer wall where you wear a wristband and it's kind of like Froyo, you pay by the ounce.
Yeah.
So like you tap in and you can try whatever beers you want.
Yeah, they actually got one in Phoenixville now, James. It's called like Rivertown Taps.
That's
and like
cool.
you can get a 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 12 ounce. But
Yeah,
the
cool.
question is for these two Cali bros, like, are you guys gonna drink a burr or something like that? Are you guys gonna be?
I don't know. It depends on the mood. We're very like with the mood, dude. If it doesn't feel right, we're not gonna do it.
So, and let's go back to this question. Did you guys research the pub, eatery, bar? Where are you guys going? You guys can't just fuck up and go somewhere and like the vibe is not there. Like you guys got to go.
That's the issue. We're not in like a big city. Like if we were in LA, I think we'd have a way easier time finding a bar. I think around here we got Vinny's as an option. Like I'm just thinking
there's options, but we don't really do much scouting. We don't know the bar scene. I'll say that. Like I was thinking we just go to Yard House. Because they have TVs.
Yeah. Find a place where there's different angles that you can watch. And dude, I think you just need to live like a true Philadelphian and get a light beer.
Yeah. What are we thinking? I was thinking Coors Light.
For sure, man. Dude, they all taste
Luke's gonna drink like half of that.
Coors Light, dude. Like I got the Open coming up. I got to be careful.
Yeah. So when's your guys? And not to totally just switch this up. Like when's the marathon date again?
2 weeks for that. Fuck, I forgot I have a marathon to run.
Yeah. Did you get your massages set up?
Nah, I got to do that this week. I got to rip some massages next week.
What's the most you've run so far, Luke?
11 miles last week.
Oh, dude, you're so far from success.
I know. We did it though, dude, halfway. And me and Kendall did it, and I paced with her. I'm nothing against her. We did it 90 minutes. I could have shaved 20 off.
And bro, like you have such a foundation of fitness.
Yeah.
Those last 15 miles, you're gonna fucking power through.
That's what I thought. I might be in pain. Like my hip flexors got really tight, but aside from that, like it had no effect on my lungs. My legs were fine.
Yeah. You're gonna be fine.
What is your?
It's just I get a little concerned about the post race going into the Open. Like, if your Achilles is feeling a little off, your calf.
I'm worried. The Open Friday night marathon is gonna be, and this is week 2 of the Open. So like some of the Open watts, like imagine if it's the deadlift burpee one, I'm fucked.
Oh God.
I'm doing the Open Thursday night and hoping to recover by Sunday morning.
I think
that's how Jamie could win. That's how Jamie can get the
little bitch, dude. It's gonna be muscle ups. I'm just like, let's pull up the stats. Pull up the sugar watt stats.
Yeah, if it's like a push pull watt, I think you'll be fine.
Jimmy will beat me in certain things, and he's got the motor for the jet.
His scores don't even make sense.
No, they don't. Rocco, feel this. Hear this. Certain workouts. My mans will like hit me up and be like, I broke this. There was a 21-15-9 of no push-up or hand release push-ups and toes to bar. I go unbroken the entire workout. Yeah. Jimmy hits me up and says, I fell apart on the toes to bar. I broke it up. Still beats me. I went all through the wall, unbroken. My man hits us up the morning of before we do it, telling us that he broke it up.
No, you beat me. You beat me. It was just closer than you wanted it to be.
No, I did beat you by like 1 second. But like, and there was other ones. Yeah. He's always like, his times like wads where I'm like, Jimmy wins this one. He loses by 4 minutes.
The worst though is like, he'll be like, oh yeah, this wad wasn't too bad. I crushed it and I got this time. And then Luke and I will go do the wad and be like, holy shit, I almost had a fucking heart attack. That was the hardest.
I quit today's. I didn't finish today's.
The lunge one with the bike?
Yeah, it was assault bike. Yeah, lunging, assault bike.
He's confusing. Like certain watts, he's just like, dude, that was the hardest thing ever. There was another one recent.
Why'd you quit? You were getting sick again? Hungover?
No, I was a little. Last night I ate pizza and cheesesteak egg rolls and had a couple beers, so I wasn't feeling phenomenal this morning. And then I was on day 5 of working out. My body was just tired, and then the bike just sucked. 20 calories on the Echo bike over and over again is just a horrific number. So I did 2 full rounds. And I said, I'm just gonna. Who's my? Oh,
he might not do well in a marathon.
Oh, Sarah,
mental, dude.
Oh, that man, he's the weakest guy I've ever met. We've done wall ball workouts, and if I'm beating him by 1 rep, not way we've done a workout together. It was 5 rounds, 400-meter run, 30 kettlebell things, or 30 wall balls, 30 kettlebell swings. We were head to head for 2 rounds. He tripped up 1 second, dropped the ball, and all of a sudden he's like, "You win." I was like, "You the fuck?"
I've gotten way better. I've gotten way better at mentally powering through wall balls. It was a mental thing.
Like every wad, he just stops on wall.
Yesterday's
It's
workout, I smoked yesterday's, and I partnered with like a 16-year-old girl.
What workout? The overhead squat, rope climb?
Oh, is that what it was? Ours was 800-meter run, overhead squats, and pull-ups, strict pull-ups.
No, that's what we did too. We got rid of the rope climbs and we did 30 pull-ups.
Yeah, we did 20 strict pull-ups, 50 overhead squats, and 800-meter run for 3 rounds.
But it was 800-meter run. It was 800-meter run. It was 3 rounds, 800-meter run.
They just did the
30
cap
pull-ups,
switch.
and then the 50 overhead squats.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my partner was just a runner. And
What was
she
your
was like a
time?
16-year-old girl. She's like, "Do you want to be my partner?" I was like, "Sure, but I don't really want to run. Like, I'm going to sandbag these runs." And this girl just
Good
was
attitude. I'd love hearing that from my partner.
That's what he says too. Fucking don't let Jamie does that shit too. He gamifies the fuck out of it.
well, she started sprinting. I said, "Well, goddamn, I'm in now."
All right,
so
there
we did well.
What was your run times?
I didn't break. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
This is what he lied.
But I did do last set. I did 20 unbroken overhead squats, so I was feeling good.
Yeah,
Good work.
What was your final finish time? Me and Trill beat you?
21:15,
Nice.
I think. Yeah, but
Dude,
she was.
I'm just what's it called? Back to this marathon on the low key. You're just gonna see some fucking horses there. That's where I like
sure.
get jealous. Like you just see some motherfuckers who can bang out
Dude,
a
it's nuts,
5:45
man.
the whole time.
the one I did, the way they had it was kind of you looped at one point because they were just trying to make miles, but it was from the mountains to the beach. But like, yeah, when we were running, we saw the first, second, third place people come past us, and like it was just like it looked like they were running them a 1 mile. Like,
yeah, they're just rolling. And you're like,
and you're
what
like,
the
holy
fuck?
shit!
That's nuts.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that for 26 miles?
And that's where I'm like, I go back to the appreciation of sport. It could be anything. Once you get into that tip, you're like, wow, how can you just not sit back and be like, dude, that shit's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so
I think you
cool.
got to try all the sports to like really get a good understanding and respect for each of them. Like,
For
because
sure.
you just say a marathon's just boring and all, but it's like if once you
Yeah.
do one, you're like, fuck, dude, to be good at
Yeah.
this, it's like,
Have you guys tested out like mile fit? Like you said, you have an 11 miler under your belt. Like, have you tried to eat anything at any point?
Nah, I'm
in your
just
run?
fucking lazy like that. I think I could do it
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not gonna eat any gels, Luke, or anything.
Nah, I'm gonna just do honey sticks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
'Cause
say
I'm
like don't
comfortable with that.
That's
do
thick,
like a
though,
gel
in
or
your mouth.
something, and then you're getting some Rhea at mile
Yeah.
18. and
I
you're
wouldn't
like,
be worried.
"Fuck."
I'm like worried about getting like fucking just ripping ass the whole time.
I would.
How about your nipples, dude? Are you gonna
You want
tape
to
your
rip
nipples?
ass over cramping because if
What?
you cramp, you're fucked.
Are you taping your nipples or no?
Nah, I'm just shirtless. CrossFit, dude.
Yeah, I did mine shirtless.
All right, so your
Oh,
nipples are
yeah.
gonna be good.
It's cold in the beginning. Though.
Yeah. Oh, well, me and Kendall ran along the coast last week when we did this, and it was really warm, and I had long sleeves on, and then like both of us were just fucking dripping sweat.
Yeah.
So it just gets like in the sun, even if it's cool. It was like 60 last week.
But Raga, to your point, I've been trying to prep them on the food and the fueling. Especially, I'm not like
Yeah.
Luke can fast. He fasts regularly. I'm more worried about like Kendall not getting enough fuel and then just got either cramping,
Yeah,
not enough
crashing.
salt.
Are you
or
running it
crash.
together, Luke? Are you pacing each other, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll
go
just pace
independent?
with her. I just got to be good at that because like I don't think I'm bad at running. So I just get into like the zone. Like my thought is just like I want to like when I do the 5Ks or anything, it's like I don't care if I puke mid run. I just want to get it done. I hate it. Like
For
I will
sure.
go as fast as I can to get something done, like running wise.
Yeah.
So
But I think
I'm
a
worried about
marathon,
that.
dude, that's a whole nother animal. Like,
Yeah,
you got.
I know. Like even when we just did this 11 miles, I was like the same mindset. I would like run really far ahead of her, and then I would like pace, slow back down. It was just in my mind was like my hips hurt, and I want to finish this.
Yeah, yeah. Just don't go too hard on the nutrition and get some stomach problems.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat honey, and I might bring dates, and then Matt's gonna be on a bike at some point. You know, him and Trill.
We're gonna ride around and drop off.
Bro,
stuff.
Look
I
at
got
the
the
setup.
dual. I got the dual setup here. I got the golf on the one TV and the pregame for the birds on the other TV.
Nice. Yeah,
Half
we
chub.
gotta
Half chub.
we gotta find the same shit.
What was I gonna say, dude?
That's it. That's all you were gonna say. We're coming up onto the hour. We're wrapping the show up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well,
Yes,
big open this week, so we'll see. Real
Yeah.
quick.
Big Super Bowl this week.
We
dude.
got-
I get prepped.
Jamie, you're on next week. We have Sam Malagoza coming on, competitive athlete. We're gonna interview him
All right.
about
Well,
the
I'm off
Open.
on Sunday next week, so that's good.
Yeah, so we're gonna interview him, and then we'll bring you in to help rip into some questions. He's a
Yeah,
police officer.
Let me get. I got a quick fire, rapid fire question for Matt and Luke here. All right, you ready? Quick answers. One movement you don't want to see in the open. Go.
Handstand walks.
One movement I don't want to see in the open.
Yep.
Thrusters.
Okay, well, that's
Well, I don't want to see
Bad
wall
answer.
walks either. I got a handful. Wall walks, pistols. I don't want to see.
All right, what's the movement you want to see?
Clean and jerks.
Barbell
Wow.
or dumbbell or
Barbell.
kettlebell?
Barbell.
Yeah, I want to see an Olympic lift. I was gonna say snatches, but something with an Olympic lift.
All right. What's something
Barbell.
you can see them programming that they've never done? Mine is kettlebell clean and jerks or kettlebell snatches.
I think kettlebell snatches because it was on the requirement of equipment.
I was wondering about triple unders. That might not be in the open.
Whoa.
Maybe quarterfinals.
Okay, that's so hard, dude.
I had
But I just keep seeing them. They've popped up on .com's workouts like 3 times now, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All
All
right,
right,
next people out.
next question. What workout is going to be the one that they put the limiting movement in? The 30
Three.
thing?
3, and I think there's going to be a 2-parter this year because I think Boz was testing the water of how everything went last year.
Okay.
So I think he's going to program. I think he's going to program a workout with single unders in it, very similar to that games workout where it was like single unders, double unders, crossovers, or whatever he did. And I think it's going to be something very similar.
You also got to remember the judges course too, though. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like you might not see like a kettlebell snatch in there because they didn't really cover that.
Yeah,
That's fair. I didn't think about it like that.
yeah. They just cover the basics: pull-ups, muscle-ups,
Again, I
toes to
don't know
bar.
if that's like the defining truth of info, but I mean, I feel like you'd want your judges to know.
Yeah, I don't think so because they just put a list out anyway of like what the fucking standards are, and it's like, hey, X, Y, and Z has to happen. I mean, I'm fine with kettlebell snatches. I'm pretty good at them, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun
I made that 70-pound dumbbell my bitch the other day.
for the snatch. Yeah, you win there. My shoulder.
You
will
treat it
fall
with
off.
respect.
Traded, dude. I rubbed it the right way. I was like,
Good.
starting a hot car.
Yeah,
Ferrari, warmed her up.
massage the bitch.
Massaged it. All right,
God
that's all
damn.
I got. If you guys are done, I can get off. But if you don't, if we keep bullshitting. But
Nah, we got to wrap it up. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I told Matt new rule. We got to
We're
keep it
20
around
minutes
an
over
hour.
this time.
Yeah, 20 over. I want to, try to tighten these podcasts up, make them cleaner.
hey, I couldn't find him on Spotify. I tried to listen to the one the other day on Spotify, and I couldn't find it on
Yeah,
Spotify.
I know. We missed it. I'll publish it. Don't worry.
We're gonna publish both of these.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud,
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. All they're everywhere.
Jeez.
The
And
logo's
YouTube.
about to get ripped up on the fucking podcast too.
Yeah, you do YouTube also. Put your plug
Yeah,
in.
YouTube's
Yeah.
like the main platform. This is where it
That's what
starts,
I
and then we
use.
have everything posted the next day on the other platforms.
Because
So-
like on YouTube, just to finalize the plug, it's like it's under the live tab of
Correct.
your YouTube channel. Yep.
Yeah, you got to go into the live tab because we could put it under our videos. We just have to download them and then resubmit them.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your fucking friends, you guys. Get
Yeah.
this bitch. We need a fucking 1,000 subscribers. We're
Yeah.
at
Start
26.
just constructive. Like try and just if it doesn't take much time, re-download it on the videos tab if someone's kind of not savvy through
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's a good idea. That's what we need to start. You have to download it anyway.
Yeah, I have it.
We have to download it to put it onto the other platform. So
Got you.
we'll download it. I think you just have to wait like 24 hours for it to stay on live or something. That's a good idea. But share it, get your friends. Just send them the link, let them subscribe, and be like, look, you don't even have to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Just subscribe.
Yeah.
All right, next week
Send
we're
it to your
talking
Eagles fans.
Yeah, next week's full on CrossFit combo. So if you boys both want to J up, we're gonna hit Sam with a lot of questions.
How'd you find Sam?
He comes to
He
the
goes
gym.
We
Oh,
fuck
okay.
with him a lot.
Yeah,
We think he hates us.
he loves us.
Is he semifinals level or no?
Yeah, I mean he snatches 225,
Yeah.
more than that, right?
If work wasn't in the way, he could probably get.
Yeah, he
sevens.
works out all day. His warm up back squat weight is 315.
Jesus.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just hyping him
I
up.
snatched
We'll
my
find-
body
Dude,
weight, though.
because,
That's big.
CrossFit's not his life. Like the guy
Travels,
loves to travel,
snowboards. He's a
camp.
police officer. He's
Yeah.
married.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
We'll have him on. You'll see him next week. He's fucking SoCal lifestyle.
Dude, you
though.
can't get Mac's roommate on this show?
Matt or Max?
Mackenzie,
Matt.
I could hit her up.
You should ask Mackenzie to have Kelsey
Kelsey on here. Yeah, I'll hit her up. It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
So
Could get both of them on there.
because then
All of them.
she'll put out Luke. Then she'll put on her story like, "Hey, I was on this podcast," and that goes out to 230,000 people.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good
We're
idea.
workshopping live.
Yeah, but we need to tighten our ship up. We need to make the room look better. So we're gonna go to
Alright.
Target today. We're gonna have to drop $100 each and get some chairs. So Trill will love that. Okay, Talia.
All right. Well, enjoy the
boys, it
golf,
was
boys.
beautiful.
Watch the
Subscribe,
birds.
like, go birds.
Go fucking birds.
Go
I'll
birds.
see
peace
y'all.
out, boys.
Peace.
Chat. It was great. See you. Comment below, like, subscribe. I don't know. Our tech guy left.
He's still here, I think.
He's gone. My boy. All right, word. We're out. Gaz, dude. Go birds.
Go birds, dude.